President Trump marks his 100 days in office, calling the date a ridiculous standard. At the same time, he spent the last week trying to show just how much he's accomplished in those 100 days. What he's done? He's signed more than 27 executive orders, including his controversial travel ban, the order to abolish sanctuary cities, and the rollback of government regulations. But his legislative agenda has met resistance on Capitol Hill, with tussles over the repeal and replacement of Obamacare, the building of a wall on the southern border, and now his proposed tax cuts and how to pay for them. The first 100 days have been a benchmark for presidents since FDR. Back in 1933, he got 16 major bills through Congress in 100 days, setting a high standard for subsequent presidents. Two freshman congressmen, one Republican, one Democratic, are tackling the president's progress and their own first 117 days, because that's how long they've been in office. Representative Raji Krishnamurthy is a Democrat. He represents the 8th District in Illinois. And Representative Jim Banks is a Republican, and he represents Indiana's 3rd District. It's nice to have you both with me.
Good morning.
So how have the first 117 days? This doesn't have the same ring, does it? But how's it been?
To be a member of Congress is a great adventure for me, coming from a rural community, growing up in a small town, and being able to come to this city and participate in the government it's a great honor to be here.
Do you feel that it's more dysfunctional than you thought as an outsider to the process, or do you feel it's less dysfunctional?
It's a little dysfunctional here. This is my first elective office. I'm a former small businessman, and as a small businessman, we'd always start with the places where we agree and build from there, and then get to the places where we disagree. And unfortunately, in this town, we start with where we disagree, and we stake out our positions, and then hope by some miracle that we'll, come to agreement there, and then move on other areas. And I think that was the biggest surprise for me. So
the 100 days of President Trump's presidency. Let's tick through what you think he's accomplished. Let's start with immigration.
I give the president a great deal of credit for taking seriously an issue that the American people are looking for leadership. In fact, the executive orders and the process that he's gone through so far has led to the lowest number of illegal crossings over the border with Mexico in 17 years.
We're a nation of laws, and we need to definitely strengthen the border and make sure that people come here legally. But we're also a nation of immigrants. We have to deal with this comprehensively in a bipartisan way, and so that's what I'm hoping happens from here.
Health care, there's been some move to protect your health care from any changes, which, as a voter, that doesn't actually sit very well with me.
Well, I think that the current system, the Affordable Care Act, has problems, and we have to work in a bipartisan way to fix them. But the American Health Care Act, the president and the GOP plan, I thought fell far short. It leaves 24 million people without health insurance, raises premiums for seniors, and the most recent iteration, American Health Care Act 2.0, is worse. It allows insurance companies in states that decide to allow it to charge whatever they want based on people's pre-existing conditions, and it exempts members of Congress. I think that's wrong. I'm on Obamacare, and I think that this is something that we have to fix, and we have to do it in a bipartisan way.
And I supported the American Health Care Act from the very beginning, because I felt that it moved forward a true solution to solving the health care crisis that we face in this country that was brought about by the ACA. So I give the president a great deal of credit for his leadership and bringing all sides, all factions within the Republican Party together. Now we're on the brink of passing the American Health Care Act out of the House and sending it to the Senate. That's what leadership looks like.
Final question for you. How do you feel about our place on the world stage, if you will, under President Trump?
This might be a simplistic view, but I think we should be nice with our nice guys and tough on tough guys. And unfortunately, we've been tough on some of our allies. We have to remember that alliances are important, and we also have to avoid saber-rattling and overly provocative moves in other regions that could, lead to really dangerous situations.
I'm sure the president has learned a lot in the last 100 days, but the fact of the matter is, on the global stage, we are on the brink of a disastrous situation, whether it comes from North Korea or Iran. I too find and would add Russian aggression to the list of issues that we face across the globe. This is a president who understands the threats that we face. We have to do something about it and show decisive action, and I'm pleased that we have a president that's doing exactly that.
100 days in, Representative Banks and Representative Krishnamurthy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it.
Thank you.